Hey, I'm Noelle.
And I'm Marisa, but Noelle calls me Pete.
And I'm Brandon, but Noelle calls me Toast.
And welcome back to Take It Home. Yes. We have a very special guest, which
Mr. Toast.
I just have to say, we were not planning on this. We woke up this morning to a text from Mr. Toast saying he was in town, and we were like, well, we have to film a pod-sode, but do you want to join?
And I said yes.
And he said, no, here we are.
So here we are. Life can surprise you in the most beautiful ways.
And we have not seen Brandon / Mr. Toast in a couple of years, maybe?
I think so.
Which is
like a
really
while.
sad and really insane. So this is also us just catching up. I mean, we just caught up for the last 30 minutes, but that's it. We still have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
And Pete and I were talking. Do you remember the other day we were literally talking about how we missed Brandon?
Because we did an episode on our road trip that we took in 2020. Now we stayed with you for a little bit, and we were like, we miss Brandon so much.
And
was
now
so fun.
here we are,
And
literally a few days after saying we miss Brandon.
The universe is
and you
weird.
texted us. So
Anyway,
Crazy.
who are you?
Okay, I'm Brandon. I know Pete and Noelle from college. We all went to musical theater school, and I'm kind of an LA-based boy working in the entertainment industry. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'm here in New York for something work-related as well. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say.
You were born and raised in LA.
Born and
too.
raised LA in the suburbs. Yeah, so not like true LA, but it's still LA County, so I guess I can say I'm from LA. But yeah, I'm not from like Santa Monica or like Beverly Hills. Yeah.
I didn't even know that Santa Monica was LA. I thought that was like something
You
else.
thought Santa Monica like was its own.
Yeah, I thought it was
Like-
like
I
a
thought that
city.
for a while too.
Well, it technically is.
I don't get it.
I guess as someone who like has grown up there, I guess when people say like I'm from LA, or I guess I'm trying to equate
Is
it
it like
to like
a
New York.
borough of New York?
It's technically Santa Monica and Beverly Hills and all those places are technically still like cities, but it's within the county of Los Angeles. And so I think people just box like all those different cities into like the umbrella of like LA.
So I guess that is kind of like New York, because
Like you have,
Brooklyn
like,
is technically a
city.
city.
Yeah, like you have New York City, and then you have Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Bronx,
like is Queens like a city?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
Because like our address is, you don't say New York, you say Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So,
So
it's
it is-
not
it's
the
weird.
same as like West Village, like Upper West Side, because those are all like boroughs within Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the equivalent would be like Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, Long Island, you know?
How many of those are within LA?
Like cities?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe a lot. But I guess the main ones would be like Santa Monica, Beverly Hills. I think West Hollywood is even its own city. Like there's like Glendale. Yeah, I'm not going to say where I live though.
Yeah, fair enough.
What's your address?
What's your social security?
Anyway,
So Brandon's here.
I'm here.
And so as Brandon mentioned, we all went to college together. We were in the same musical theater class. So Brandon is yet another guest on our show who is from
School.
Elon MT class of 2020.
Yay.
We've had
Elon.
multiple, multiple. 3. Andrew, Michaela, Tara, Jay. Oh my God.
and Audrey, but Audrey wasn't in our class.
She was
but-
a couple years below.
Yeah. Most people we've had on the podcast have been Elon.
Have been Elon folks, which is great.
Because Elon folks are amazing. By the way, if you're watching, Brandon is sitting on the floor, but we did not make him sit on the
Wait,
floor.
I want to show what it looks like.
We have a
Me-
chair, but for some
me
reason he
sitting
just
in-
looks like you look like a giant.
Holy shit. I need to take a video, like, zooming
Like,
into this.
This looks like
This doesn't
I'm
make
getting body
sense.
dysmorphia.
No,
it's-
because it doesn't look right. Like, you don't look like that.
No,
'Cause,
I
like-
promise you don't look like. It's like an optical
crazy.
illusion.
Yeah, it's some sort
So
of
I'm
illusion.
like, I'm gonna sit on the floor, and it's also comfier that way.
I feel like
Okay.
we're horrible hosts because we're sitting on the couch and you're on the
No,
floor.
I know.
The couch is like y'all, like that's like the poster of the podcast. Like you guys have to be on the couch.
But anyway, yeah. So we're just gonna chat today and catch up. It's been so
Yay.
long.
Thank God.
Also, what's the
been too
backstory? Because I also call you Toast now too, but I always forget how that came to be. Well,
I think Noelle just has to tell it because I honestly don't
Noelle
know myself.
is always making up the craziest nicknames.
I really am.
Hence, Pete kind of stemmed from Noelle.
Yeah.
And a lot of other things. But where
Yeah.
did Toast and Mr. Toast come from?
Literally, I just remember us waiting in line for Einstein's Bagels at Elon, and for some reason there was a sign that said like, "Get your bagel toasted" or something. Like it was literally just that, and we were just like toast, and then I was like, "Mr. Toast." I don't know, and that was freshman year, and literally since then you've been Toast.
Toast.
That
We
is
call him
actually.
Toast.
I don't think I've ever sat and really thought about that before. Like that is so crazy that your name is just Toast.
Toast and Pete.
Mr. Toast.
It's so funny because you are like the queen of not just giving nicknames, but the nicknames you give really take off. And
Yeah.
everyone, whatever.
Yeah.
But you don't have a nickname
Yeah, I don't.
because you're the one always creating them. I call you Noelle.
Yeah. What do you call
I
me?
also call you Noelle.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I'm trying to think if anybody has a nickname for me.
But I feel like when I call you Noelle, I have to say it a certain way. Noelle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Noelle.
That's like how Tara does it too. Andrew calls me Mrs. L. But that's because I call him Mr. Drew sometimes. I'll be
Right.
like, "Hello, Mr. Drew." And he's like, "Hello, Mrs. L." That's so
Funny.
funny. When I think about you in college, Brandon, I just think of like laughing so much and being so crazy and silly at parties together. Like we were so
We have
unhinged.
so many Snapchat memories,
In the
videos.
Snapchat memories.
For some reason, I have you are in my Snapchat memories a lot. Something about that.
I don't not believe you. Like I feel like I use Snapchat just as much as I did, like maybe not just as much. In high school going into college, like I was the king of Snapchat. Like I would post crazy things on my story.
I like remember this.
Yeah.
Like
I had no shame. Like I just
Well-
would send you guys. I hadn't met you guys yet. I would be sending you guys like crazy things on Snapchat.
but I loved it. And oh my God, I mentioned this, I think, in another sode, but I just have to say before we move on to our next segment, the first interaction you and I had at Elon, I
I remember.
ate a bite. Was it like a churro? We were all sitting at Lakeside.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I
And I
remember
was
this.
eating
Our
like
first-
a bite of a churro, and it was very like doughy. And I just go, I love dough. And like you have just always brought that up.
Yeah, that was like a core memory like of a first impression for me. Of
That was
you.
like the first thing I said to you, maybe.
Yeah, honestly, I think so.
I love dough.
I love dough.
It's so on brand.
Oh, that's
Like,
funny.
it felt like you didn't even mean to say it out loud. Like it was supposed to just be like an internal thought, but it came out and I heard it. And I think
It's really funny.
and I think that I was like, I'm gonna like her.
I love that.
That's so funny.
Should we move on to our Sippy of the Weeky? Sippy of the Weeky. This is
I don't know.
new. This
That's
is a new one. So like,
I'm not familiar with that one.
yeah, it's
I know
kinda
the other
weird.
one.
It's like a really weird one.
Wait, can we try it together?
Yes. Sippy of the Weeky. Sippy of the Weeky. I like that you are the octave above us.
No, I think he's in the same octave. Our voices are just lower.
Yeah.
Wait,
Do you want me to sing it
yeah.
in my register? Here,
Wait,
let's try it
low-key.
again. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Sippy of the Weeky. Sippy of the Weeky. That is so crazy. did.
Wait,
yeah.
impending doom.
I guess you were singing the same octave as us.
Your voice just sounded so much higher because
It did.
we have different registers. Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Music
And science.
Of the wiki. No, it has to be low.
It has to be low.
Yeah.
All right, so our sip of the week is hibiscus tea. And there's not much. Hibiscus.
Wait, but we all have little notes, so we should read them.
There's not much to it other than that.
You guys go first.
Okay, mine is. They're always nature themed. If you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere. Vincent van Gogh.
Wow. Mine is, in all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. Aristotle.
We've had that one before.
Mine is, there is pleasure in the pathless woods by Lord Byron.
Okay.
Okay, Lord Byron.
Who is that? I thought that was like a fictional character.
I thought it was a Shakespeare character.
Sounds like it. Lord Byron.
Lord Byron.
Imagine your name is Lord Byron. Okay.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers. Eye contact. Hibiscus.
Hibiscus.
Hibiscus tea. What do we think?
It's good.
I like how it's a little tart.
Hibiscus is like a flower, right? So it's not a fruit. But
Yeah, it's a flower.
tastes like fruity.
It does. It tastes like a tart fruit of some sort.
Yeah. Like tart cherry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which has melatonin in it.
We love tart cherry.
Natural sleep remedy.
Yes.
Smile of the week, smile of the week. Smile of the week, smile of the week.
See, we know who the true listeners are, the supporters of the pod, when they know our theme songs.
A true fan, a true friend.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
need to
I don't
think
know
of
what mine
myself.
is.
Should I go first?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you know it,
Okay.
please do.
So this happened yesterday, actually. I was in the elevator of where I'm staying right now in New York, and I got in the elevator with this family. It was a husband and wife and a son and daughter. And the son was probably around, if I had to guess, maybe like 5. And then the daughter was a bit older, like 8. And the boy, the son, was standing next to the part of the elevator that has all the buttons and stuff. And he was just hovering his finger over like the buttons while the parents were trying to like stop him from hitting the buttons, because then we'd be like stopping at every floor. And so when I came into the elevator, they were going to the ground floor. I was going to the second floor to go to the gym. And it's one of those places where you have to put your room key on the little sensor and then hit the button. And so I didn't want to be like a party pooper and like press the button instead of having the little boy, because I wanted the little boy to have his fun. So I was like, can you press floor 2 for me? And then he pressed it, but it didn't go through because I didn't put my key card there. So then I put my key card and I was like, press it again. And he pressed it and he got so happy that he like did it. And then, we're going down, and the whole time we're riding down the elevator, the little boy is just like wanting to press all the buttons now, and the parents are like trying to stop him and everything. And then we finally make it down to the floor I'm getting off at. The father's like, okay, now press this button here. And it was the button that keeps the doors open, like the 2 arrows going out. And the father was like, keep pressing that button so this young fellow can get out. And the whole ride down, I was just smiling at this little boy because he was just so excited to like be of help.
That's so
And
cute.
That's really
it just
sweet.
made me really happy.
Aw.
And I just love children. So
love that
seeing
too.
them like, be good, and obviously having good parents raise them just made me really happy.
That's sweet.
I love that.
Yeah.
That
That's
reminds me of Elf, when Buddy like goes and presses all the buttons because he thinks it's like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
That's so cute. I love kids.
I love children.
Oh,
They're
very
so sweet.
smile,
Very
Mr.
sweet.
Toast.
And then the daughter, his sibling, like was being very supportive of him too, being like, good job.
Oh, how old did the daughter seem?
She was probably like 8. Like,
Cute.
definitely older than the son.
A good older sister.
And then when I
Yeah.
left the elevator, I like gave him a high five.
That's so sweet.
That's so
It
adorable.
was very sweet.
Well, I love that
Cute.
smile.
What's your smile?
Okay, my smile is that this past week, randomly, I've had a lot of weird interactions with different like bosses and employers. And I have been standing up for myself, which is really, really hard to do. I get so much anxiety when I have to stand up to bosses and stuff. Like, it stresses me out. I gaslight myself a lot. But I was like, I have to do this now. And I'm just proud of myself. I've been standing up for what I deserve recently.
Period.
I love that.
Period.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm like also like kind of on the same like bus as you in regards to that. Like I do, for whatever reason, I just get a lot of anxiety surrounding like conversing with or having conversations with people in positions of power.
Same.
And I don't know why or what it is. I don't know if it's like the people pleaser in me just always wanting to appease, you know, bosses and, you know, people who can help me get a job or stuff like that. But that's definitely something I am working on as well. So I definitely like resonate with that.
Well, you just have to know what you deserve, and it is really scary. I don't even know what my fear was. I remember when I was freaking out the other day, Pete was like, "What are you scared will actually happen?"
It's hard to advocate for yourself. Well, especially like if you think about the grand scheme of life, we're like new to the adult world.
We are.
And adulting and like things like this and advocating for yourself. And a lot of our first year, like our early 20s and our first jobs, like you're figuring out what the things that you deserve and how things work. So a lot of times you don't even know that to begin with. You don't even know what you should be advocating for. But, you know, as we grow and learn. We have to just ask for what you want. That's one of the things that I love. Like people say, that's one of the things that I love to like, that people say that I love to live by is like, sometimes you just have to ask for what you want. And I kept saying, what if this was me in this situation? Because you've helped me through almost the exact same type of thing.
Because it's me. I'm like, I can't. Like, I deserve nothing. I should be getting $1 per hour.
$1 per hour.
That would be like so bad.
That would be horrible.
What is your smile, Miss Pete?
Kind of trying to think. My smile is I hosted my book club on Sunday. And it was just really cute and fun. And
Wait, how long have you been?
I started a book club, I think in 2024, but then it fell off for a while. It took like a big hiatus, like maybe like 5 or 6 months.
I did not know this.
Because life just got crazy.
It's the best.
It was like monthly. And then I had a couple people who were like, are you going to start book club back up? Like start it back up. And I started it initially because like I just really wanted more community. And yeah, so I just started it because I was like, you know what? It's really hard to make friends as an adult. Like, maybe I need to take matters into my own hands and start something to where maybe like, you know, it can start small. And it did. It was just like a few people. But then like, I was thinking maybe those friends can invite their friends and like anyone can join, whatever. So it was going on for a while, super cute. But then it fell off for a bit. And then I recently decided, I think I started it back up. The first one was this year in February, the end of February.
Oh my gosh.
But now we're doing every other month because it's just a lot to like for anyone to commit to something monthly. I think that was part of what made it fall off, was just like people are busy. I felt overwhelmed like hosting every single month and whatever. So I think the every other month system is really nice. Gives people ample time to like read the book and then also read other books if they want to read, you know, something else that's, you know, not a part of book club, whatever.
So at first you had to finish the book within a month?
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Well, yeah.
A lot for me too. And then I also have this huge list of books because I prefer to read nonfiction. That's like my thing.
Okay.
I love it. And I have this huge list of books on my phone that are mostly nonfiction that I want to read. But I think most people prefer to read fiction. And in book club, that's kind of the vibe. So it's like I like to be able to read my stuff too. And so I try to read like one book a month. So then one month I can read a book that I want to read, and then I can read book club book.
I wish I was a reader.
I'm like trying to be more of one. I'm not like the biggest reader ever, but I try to fill my downtime, like passing moments with reading instead of scrolling on my phone. And
It's a lot
that's
better
helped,
for
like,
you.
when I'm on the train
Yes.
during my commute or something. But you don't have that in LA. You drive
No,
everywhere.
that's why I was just thinking, like, I was sitting on the train today looking around. I'm doing like Sudoku on my phone. Everyone else is like, they sit down immediately, book open, like right where they left off. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's crazy to me. Like, I guess I'm just addicted to like, my form of mental stimulation is like, I need a game, I need a puzzle,
Yeah, that's good too, though.
yeah.
Do you do
But-
like the New York Times games and puzzles?
No. I used to do Wordle.
Nah.
I used
Wait,
to do Wordle.
I did
like
Wordle
Wordle.
today. Sometimes the kids I nanny are like, can we play Wordle? So I'll do
Wordle.
Wordle with them. And the girl I nanny, she's 8. She guessed the word with only having like one letter from it. Or it gave us like
Wait,
one
what?
one
Which?
letter. Like we knew the one letter and where it was. And then we knew one other letter, but it was in the wrong spot. And then she guessed it. She was like, quack.
What?
And her brother was like, no. And I was
then
like,
it
well,
was.
try it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then,
And then
it was the word.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait,
So
that's cute.
That's a little Wordle story.
She's psychic.
But anyway, book
That's
club.
kind of crazy.
Book club was really cute, and like it was funny because the book this month was kind of a flop. Like I didn't even finish it because I did not like it. I won't say the name of
Oh,
it.
I was just gonna ask.
Well, I'll tell you, but I'll cut it out. It's a horror book. But so we all kind of like pitch in ideas, and then everyone votes, and
Yeah.
we just get like a little a synopsis of the book, and people can vote for the book. So there was no way we could have known like we weren't going to enjoy it, but only 2 people actually read the book. So, but it made me happy that like people still came, and you know, we still had a book club, even though the book was a flop. Because, you know, you can't win them all. They can't all be great.
Right. And not every genre is for every person.
Exactly.
But I think the genre of horror and in terms of literature is like kind of trending right now for some reason.
Yeah, I
Really?
had never read a
It was
horror
like
book.
smut, and it still is smut to this day, but I think horror literature is like becoming the new frontier.
Wait, interesting.
Yeah.
The new frontier.
I would like to read a horror book that I enjoy, but all right. So we have like not really like a topic for today. We have some touch points that have been on Brandon's heart
Yeah.
and some things that like we may try to like touch on.
Yeah. Well, I just think what you had to say about like finding community, you know, I feel like as adults, like making friends as adults is not easy, you know, because I feel like the majority of folks, like they maintain friendships as far back as like childhood sometimes. That truth isn't the same for everyone, you know, sometimes, you know, just naturally people drift apart or whatever it may be. And I wanted to talk about, like, in my scenario, I feel like as a gay male adult, I have noticed that I don't really have a lot of like close queer friends, like close. Like I have a lot of like queer friends, but I feel like I don't have like a community or like a tribe of queer friends in my life. And so I've been kind of wanting to find that recently. And yeah, that's just something that's kind of been presenting itself like just in my brain as of maybe like a couple months ago. It's just this urge to want to like connect with people who are like me, you know what I mean? Because I feel like as queer identifying people or as gay men specifically, like there are a lot of things and obstacles that we go through that are very specific to us that, you know, you can talk, like I can talk to a straight female and they may have advice to give, but they may not fully understand the experience that of the thing that I'm, you know, going through. So yeah, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, totally.
I do. I know what it's like to be a gay man. No, I'm just kidding. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'm like craving a connection like that. Like just, and I know things exist. Like, there are queer sports leagues. There are, queer book clubs. There are stuff like that. So I'm very, in the rest of 2026, I really want to find what that looks like for me and try to put myself out there more to like find that.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's hard. I will ask, do you feel like you had that back in college?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
100%.
And it's hard because I was literally journaling about this like maybe yesterday. So it's kind of just crazy how I feel like whenever we have conversations, there's things align. It's like we're all going through the same shit.
Yeah.
But I was journaling about how I miss the feeling of the community I had in college. And like I just felt so unbelievably fulfilled by all of my relationships and just like who I was surrounded by, that it took like the number one place in my life of like all of my priorities, you know, and the thing that was giving me life at the time.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily feel the same way now. It's not that I don't have community here, but it's just not the same thing. It can never be. I mean, of course it's not going to be the same as in college, but I miss that. And I like want to try to replicate that feeling in my adult life. And I was just journaling about how like, this is just a different phase and like, I'll find that again in some form. But yeah, it's just sad when you like had it.
Yeah.
And then you don't anymore.
Just one day you don't have it.
Yeah.
College is just so different too, especially when you're in a major like musical theater and a small class. I'm sure there are some other majors that also might feel similarly, where like there were 19 of us and we all saw each other every day for 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And we had classes that were like only the 19 of us. All throughout those years too. Other classes we would have like split. The point is, we were all in the same building every day for 4 years, doing rehearsals at night with each. Like we spent like 12 hours a day with each other.
We didn't get sick of each other. At least that was my experience. Like
I didn't.
I was always wanting to hang out too. Like every waking moment of my day, like I'd want my friends to come over. I'd want to go hang out here. And I feel like such a loner nowadays. Not necessarily in a bad way, but just like I really love like spending time alone. If there's an extrovert in me, it came out in college times, and I just feel like, where'd she go? I'm like always wanting to be alone. But yeah, it's hard.
I think there's something also about like going through, yes, we were with each other every day taking the same classes, but there's something specific to a performing arts major in general where like you're going through the same obstacles and the same potentially like traumatic things with one another. As far as like we're all auditioning for the same show together, like we're all doing, this one project together.
Performance class.
Yeah. That is so specific to the musical theater major versus like, I don't know, like a journalism major. You know what I mean?
I guess with performing arts, you're also like sharing your heart too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everybody, I mean, a big part of acting and theater school is showing vulnerability. Even if you're not talking about your own life, which at Elon, we were encouraged to like share our own stories in our own life, which sometimes I think is good, but other times I think it's not always mentally healthy to like think of a traumatic experience and use it for your acting.
Yeah.
But besides that, just like getting up on stage and singing in front of each other and acting in front of each other and dancing, like that's scary.
So vulnerable.
That is so vulnerable to get up in front and like do a performance
and pour your heart out.
Literally.
Through song and dance.
Pour your heart out through song and
a lot
dance.
of times with each other too. Like we were doing that not just for each other, but like with each other.
Yeah, with each other.
Yeah, I've been so nostalgic lately, and it's not like I would want to go back to that time necessarily. I just miss the closeness I felt
Yeah.
to those around me
Yeah.
in that certain way that I just haven't.
It's hard to find that, you know, as artists who are out of college, you know, unless you're working on a show or something like that. Like that specific connection is hard to find in a day job, you know, colleagues that you work with at your day job, or, you know, stuff like that.
It's so
I
different.
definitely experienced that too.
Because like you were saying how we were all kind of going through similar things together, and that really like bonded us. Once you get out of college, you're all on different paths at that point. So there's less to, I don't want to say less to connect you, because that's not always the case, but like kind of, you know, we're not all on the same path now. We're not all working towards the same thing now. Everyone's on their own journey.
Yeah.
And you just watch people kind of like all go in different directions. And it's like beautiful and it's life, but it's so lonely sometimes, I think.
It is. You know, it's funny that you mentioned wanting more of a queer community, because obviously the way that me and Pete know you is from Elon, where I feel like most of our community at Elon was like, I mean, our class was the gays.
Yeah.
I feel like we had one straight man in our class. So when I think of, like, I didn't even think about that. I just assumed, I guess, that, I don't know, I was like, Brandon's good friends with Jalen and Jake. But like, they don't even live in the same city as
near
you. Like, you know what I mean?
This is so like specific, maybe even more so to you than like a lot of us here in New York, because you're literally living on another coast.
Yeah.
And most people moved to New York after. So how do you feel like that kind of impacted your journey post grad?
Okay, I'll speak about it, I guess, in categories. So when it comes to like friendships and relationships, I fortunately had like friends from high school back home who went to college in California, and so I knew I had those friends that I could physically be with back home. So those relationships strengthened post grad. And then unfortunately, because of the pandemic, and also, you know, once the pandemic kind of fizzled out, pretty much 90%, 95% of our class all moved to New York. So I feel like some of those really strong relationships I had with people from our class started to kind of dwindle, just because I wasn't physically in the same state, you know, as y'all. And luckily, you know, we have technology and social media to kind of keep us connected in that way. But that's something that definitely shifted moving back to LA after college. And then I would say in terms of like career, I've always known I wanted to like live in New York at some point. Like I've always had that calling ever since I was a kid. Like I just remember coming to New York as a kid, like as young as probably like 5, and just something in my soul knowing that like I'm meant to be in the city. And now that I'm the age that I'm at and I don't live here, even though I've had that soul calling for such a long time, it's kind of, I don't want to say disappointing, because I know I'll be here one day, but I don't know. I'm kind of rambling now, but like moving back home has taught me a lot about, you know, there's not one path like to where you want to be or where you're meant to be. Like moving back home to LA career-wise has honestly kind of been great for me. And the thing is like, I don't know what my career could have or would have looked like had I moved immediately to New York post-grad. So yeah. And then I guess another category would be like, I would say like personal growth, I think. Like, I think moving back home post-grad, I feel like I've grown a lot as like a human being, don't get me wrong, but I think you grow a lot more when you're forced to be put in a new environment, meaning like moving to a completely different city, a completely different coast, and having to navigate that. And granted, I did do that for college. So I kind of have a sense of being able to acclimate, but I'm very sensitive to changes in routine, changes in my environment, all that stuff. So being home definitely for my nervous system is like comfortable.
Yeah.
But now I'm at a certain age where like I'm kind of craving a challenge.
I mean, that's really fair. I feel like
it's almost gotten to a point where like I'm too comfortable that like I'm bored.
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense.
Like I love home, I love LA, I love, you know, my community there. But yeah, I'm wanting to explore a different part of the country.
Maybe it's New York time soon.
Yeah.
Do you see
I
yourself moving here?
Oh,
like
100%. 100%.
You love New
Like
York.
You
I
too.
love New York. Like as soon as I landed in New York and like got in my Uber to my destination where I'm staying, like I was just overcome with like a feeling of like I'm home.
Okay.
Like that's how
Well,
it felt.
that's a sign.
Wait, yeah, what the fuck?
You need to move
Yeah.
here. Because I feel like I never felt that way.
I never really did either.
I started to more. Like, I didn't have that, like, attachment to New York when I first visited. Kind of just felt like foreign to me, like overwhelming.
Yeah.
Very
then, like,
overwhelming.
All like y'all moved a year before me, like you and like our other friends. And when I started visiting more and more, like knowing that I was getting ready to move, then it felt like more like, okay, like I'm ready to be here. And then ever since I moved, I've been like, yeah, I'm in the right place. But I never had that pull like you did. And I feel like that's such a good sign. Like, I love the quote. I don't know if it's like an actual quote or just something someone said sometime, but like if you feel called to a certain city or a certain like location, there's something there waiting for you.
100%.
Something's waiting for you here.
Something's waiting and I don't know what it is.
I will say, like, you're such a theater dancey boy, and obviously TV, film as well. But New York has it all. Like
New York has a lot of film stuff too.
You could still pursue so much film stuff and get to. I mean, I know that you audition and you do La Marada theater.
Yes, yeah.
But like, I don't know. You're just such an incredible dancer, and
Thank you.
yeah, I mean, not that, like, obviously LA has, I don't know what I'm saying right now. I can see you
Like
in the show on Broadway.
yeah. You're Broadway boy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I guess it's hard to leave a place where like everything seems to be going right and like I am happy where I am in LA, but there is this desire and pull to another place. It's just hard to leave somewhere where you are kind of thriving. You know what I mean?
This is so funny you say that because you guys know who Emma Chamberlain is,
Of
obviously.
course.
So she has a podcast and she just announced like last week or something that she was kind of ending her podcast indefinitely
I didn't know
to
that.
make room for these other ideas that she has. But she was like, I was watching her video today explaining why she's like ending it. And she said this exact thing. She was like, it's really weird, like ending this thing that's going so well for like seemingly no reason because it's like thriving and going so well. But like something in me is just telling me that like I need to restructure things. And like she has all these other ideas that she can't like put her time towards because podcasting is on such like a schedule.
Yeah.
And she's like, I need to be like off a schedule for a minute and like creating.
Yeah.
But she said that exact thing. She was like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
weird.
weird.
It's weird to like end something that's just
good.
but that's good.
Yeah.
And maybe it seems like, I don't know, I guess it's just scary when things are going well, but then you feel something inside you to want to change.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's a gamble, it's a risk because I do have something good going here
Yeah.
and I'm going to leave it
Yeah.
to like hopefully.
It's weird because I can get someone wanting to leave a place where like they can't find a job or like they're just purely unhappy there for
Right.
whatever reason it may be. But and then it's like, yeah, F this, like I'm gonna, you know, try this city that I've always wanted to move to or move out of the country even, you know, because I feel like we have friends who have done that, who don't live in the country anymore, which is really cool. Like, yeah, And so I get like wanting to get out of an environment like that. For me, it's like the opposite.
Yeah. And sometimes I feel like sometimes you just get everything you can from one place, you know, that you can at that time.
Yeah.
And it's okay to want to stay there, but you reach a point of maybe like stagnance and
like a plateau.
Just wanting more.
Yeah, I just want to shift. I'm craving like a change. I'm craving like a challenge because I know that moving one cross country to a place like New York City that's so different than LA, like that will be challenging, but I kind of like want that in a way. Like I want to grow and adapt to that.
Also, you could move to New York and realize that the reason why you came to New York was to show you that you love LA more and go back. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I think if you do feel a calling somewhere, you got to try it out. Nothing is permanent. This actually helped me because I felt very comfortable in North Carolina during during 2020, 2021. And I was like, okay, I'm going to make the move to New York, October of 2021. But I was really low-key enjoying my time at home. Granted, North Carolina is nothing like LA. Like I actually could not pursue any theater in I mean, yes, there's like regional theaters around the area, but I could not pursue it in the way that we want to pursue this career in Greensboro. So maybe I would have stayed if Greensboro was more like LA, but I was really just loving spending time with my family. Greensboro felt so easy. I love the nature. Like my mental health was doing really well. And I was just like, okay, I guess it's time to move to New York because theater's picking back up and time to pursue my career. And my mental health went to an all-time low, like when I first moved to New York for a little bit. And now I absolutely love it. I've luckily made it through that period, but it was a really hard transition for me because I had also never really left North Carolina besides studying abroad, but that was a set time where I knew the start and end date. But this was my first time being like, I guess I'm leaving North Carolina because I was born and raised there. But one thing that helped me during my transition was knowing, which I knew I wasn't gonna be like, no, I'm leaving New York and moving back to Greensboro. But just knowing that could be an option really helped my anxiety. I was like, if I really hate this, no one's forcing me to be here. I can always go back to Greensboro. I can move somewhere random. I can move to Austin. I can move to Colorado. Like,
Austin.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Claire moved to Austin recently. Claire Rook. I feel like if you don't do it, then you'll always wonder why. And I know you're going to. I'm not worried about you never moving here. But it's one of those things where even if you come and realize you hate it, like if you don't do it, you'll always have that
You'll never know.
question.
Yeah. It's also like I've told, because everyone always asks me, like, not that people shouldn't or not that people should feel bad for asking me, but everyone's always like, when are you moving to New York? Like, I thought you were going to move like last year or 5 years ago, blah, blah, blah. Because I've been telling people like, yeah, I'm thinking about moving next year. And then the next year happens and then I don't because I booked something in LA or okay, the year after that. And then same cycle. The cycle just has kept repeating itself. And then people are always like, well, you got to move to New York when you're in your 20s because that's like, you know, prime time, blah, 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 blah. And so now that I'm like turning 28 this year and like I haven't done that because people have like implanted this thing in my, like adults specifically have been being like, you got to move to LA in your 20s. I'm just like, oh, like, that's so annoying. Like, because I also did like, I don't know if you guys know what astrocartography is.
What is that?
It's kind of similar to what you were saying about how like, if you feel a call to a place, it's because there's something there for you. It kind of along those lines. So it takes like your astrology, like time you were born, place you were born, it takes your whole birth chart. I don't know like the I guess it's a science, I don't know, but it takes that information and it tells you based off of that where in the world you would thrive like romantically
my God.
or thrive career wise
I
or
need
thrive
to know
and it
this
could literally be
immediately.
in like Bali or like Germany, like it could be in like crazy places in the world.
Interesting.
And so I kind of was like researching into it very, very like like a novice. Like I don't know what I'm looking at, but it told me that New York is a place where like there are all these like lines. They're I don't know what the lines are called, but where it intersects, like those intersections are what are the places like that you need to be in.
Whoa.
And New York was one of those places for me.
Was LA, just out of curiosity?
I don't remember. I was really looking at it for New York. I don't really
That's so
remember.
cool.
You literally just like Googled all of this?
Yeah.
I'm going to do that later.
Yeah,
do
same.
it.
I'm so curious.
And there were also some places like out of the country that, you know, kind of random. I don't remember what those countries were, but it will give you information like that. So
Maybe
like,
you need to just like go on a trip.
go on a trip to one of those places and like see what comes of it. But
Great. Interesting.
yeah, so but then it also said, to go off of that, said like moving to New York in your 30s based off of your astrology and where the planets will be in the future, moving to New York in my 30s will be like really, really like effective and like beneficial for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love that.
I understand why you've stayed in LA, because you obviously keep booking things, which is incredible. So it's
And
like
you've established your career there.
Mhm.
Like, yeah.
So I guess it gets to a point where maybe you just have to make the decision for yourself. And obviously, unless you book like a huge movie, like I don't know, like a career changer, obviously stay in LA, but maybe you stop auditioning for other things there for a second and just like
I was literally
come to New York.
Yeah, I was literally just talking about, I was like, maybe I just have to like stop going to these auditions, you know, and booking them so that I can move to New York.
Just stop booking.
Just stop
Brandon.
booking.
Stop booking so much. What
But
the
like
fuck?
the thing is, when you're pursuing this career, I kind of look at it as like a whole thing. Like you can move to New York and still book a movie in LA and then go, you know, like
literally.
yeah.
They'll pay for your flight and everything. You know, like if you book something big, it doesn't matter where you are, they'll get you there.
Right.
My mom always, like, before I go on big trips, like before I went to Thailand and South America this past summer, my mom is always worried that I'm gonna like book Broadway, and she thinks that I'm missing opportunities by going on these trips. And I always tell her, and what I've started doing, if I have something really a bit like something huge that I really just want to do in my life, like before I went to Thailand, I was like, here are the dates I'm going. This is when I'm going.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, but what if you book Broadway? I'm like, if I book Broadway, then I'll cancel the trip.
Right.
But I'm not going to audition for things that you pick and choose your battles. I stopped auditioning for things that I would rather go to Thailand over. Like if a random regional show that's going to pay me $300 a week, I'm like, maybe I would do that, like just to put on my resume if I weren't about to go to Thailand, but I want to go to Thailand over doing that.
Yeah.
If I book a Broadway show, I'll cancel my trip and do it later, because why the fuck would I be like, sorry, Broadway, I'm going to Thailand for 2 weeks, which like also fair, but like not just for like a 2-week trip. So I think, you know, you could think of it in that way too, like audition for the things that you would push your move out further for, but maybe stop or maybe start submitting to more New York stuff. Yeah. And your agency is bi-coastal, which is awesome too.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I can feel like things in the works. Like I can feel that I'm like held by the universe, and that like when I make the move, like it'll be in its divine timing.
For sure.
Definitely.
I also feel like, I mean, your 20s are great, you know, for figuring shit out, but I'm excited for my 30s.
Same.
I'm also like scared just because of the concept of it is weird. Like, whoa, not being in my 20s anymore. That's weird. But I think, you know, people glamorize and like romanticize 20s in New York online and everything. And I think it's amazing and great, and there's so many awesome things about it, but I think it's also like really a struggle when you're figuring your stuff out. And like I just think like 30s are probably gonna be even better. So
y'all, the girl I nanny yesterday was like, how old are you? And I was like 28, and she goes, you're old. And I was like, I'm not old. And she goes, that's almost 30. And I said, well, 30 is not old. And she was like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, kids think 30 is old, obviously.
I'm like,
not you being read. How old is she?
She's 11.
Not you being read by an 11-year-old.
I know.
That's crazy.
I'm not old.
And like 8-year-olds, like the girl I nanny, her friend was like, she asked me the same thing. She was like, are you married? And I was like, no. Do you have a boyfriend? No. How old are you? 28. Oh my God, she's 28 and she doesn't have a boyfriend. I'm like,
Dude.
oh my God, you're roasting me right now.
That's
and I have to look at these 8-year-olds and go, well, it's because a lot of men are disappointing.
Right?
I mean, yeah, and that's
Start teaching them
it's
now.
not a you problem, it's a men problem.
I literally did. I was like, you have to understand it's not me. I was like, men.
If you wanted a boyfriend, you could go find a random man on the street who will be your boyfriend.
You're
But
like schooling this 8-year-old
I know.
so
I'm
that
just like,
when she grows up,
literally,
start
we
instilling
need to
that
get
in
it.
her now because she'll be in for a rude awakening.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. I had
tell
something
ya.
to say. Oh,
Say it.
I know. Say it. I feel like a lot of my 20s have been for me having fun in New York too, like fun times, being on the struggle bus a bit. Like I've always been kind of a late bloomer in a way where like, I think about back in middle school, high school, and college, I was always like never cast in shows for the first few years or like ensemble for the first few years. And then by my senior year is when I'm like finally getting all of the things I've been working years for. It happened literally middle school, high school, and college. And I have just accepted that I think it's the same way for me in my adult life too. Like I'm like, yeah, I was not meant to be on Broadway in my 20s. And I really feel like good career things are coming for me in my 30s. And I feel the same way for you too, Pete. Like we're not all destined to be on Broadway by the time we're 25, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying like maybe my career success won't be Broadway. It'll be something else. I mean, I'd like to be acting, but like
We always just use Broadway as the example.
I know that's
but like,
always the example, but that's not the
That's
only
the
thing.
blueprint.
yeah.
Yeah, but I really feel like my 20s were for me doing random shit. I don't know.
I mean,
like,
we had
a lot of
like
fun.
life experience, yeah, and
like, just
fun, and
going out.
there's a lot to be said too about like having that like struggle moment in New York, and like I think like having to figure it out for yourself really helps you grow, and like
Yeah.
It does.
everything too. I think as an actor, it's so funny because like you can justify anything you do by just saying like, well, I'm living and having experiences that can inform my art
Yeah.
and like,
Exactly.
you know, my
100%.
journey. So,
Oh my God.
What?
Your nails.
oh my God, I thought
my
there was
God.
like a spider.
I also
No.
thought there was like a bug.
Oh my God. Pete's nails
I
are
do
so
have
cunty.
really,
They are really
cunty
cunty.
nails
I
right now.
love-
They're press-ons.
No way.
Yeah. There's this girl.
Were they made for you?
Yeah. Well,
Oh my God.
she had different sizes, but there's this girl who comes into the jewelry store that I work at, like whenever we have vendors, and she makes handmade like press-on nails. She had all these different
Oh
kinds.
my God. I'm living from.
So
I bet these nails are
picked
good
these
for
ones.
squatches.
Squatches.
I feel like just to round out this conversation,
Yeah.
I want to like touch on the community aspect a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's so important. But I was talking at dinner with a friend recently, like a couple days ago. She had said something like, I feel like finding friends, like genuine, like ride or die friends in your adult years is harder than like finding a partner, like a romantic partner. And I was like, I see that argument because I feel like when you are in search for a romantic partner, the blueprint is kind of laid out for you of how to do that. Of course, it's different for everyone, but it's like, oh, you meet and you're attracted to each other, and then you go on dates, and like it's normal to go on a date because that's what you do when you're looking for a romantic interest.
Yeah.
Like you're dating, you're getting to know each other. There's this like expectation in the back of your head, like, ooh, I want these things. I want, this is going to go here. And
Yeah.
with friendships, it's not laid out like that for you. Like,
yeah.
it's hard to date. Like, you kind of do have to like go on dates and like spend time. But it's really hard as an adult to like prioritize getting to know someone as a friend when, you know, I think maybe someone like having a coworker that you really vibe with is like a good way to make a friend because you're with each other so much and you like talk so much during that time. But like outside of like work or things like that, it's so hard to like genuinely get to know someone, and you have to put in the effort and like date each other low key. Yeah. But that's not like something you think about doing with friends. So
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've seen like the way, just from personal experience, like making friends as an adult is like you have one solid friend in your life, and they have their whole kind of circle of friends that you're not friends with. And then the middle friend starts inviting you out like with their circle of friends. And then you kind of start getting absorbed into that friend group. That's how I've kind of seen adult friendships working and operating.
A lot between Noelle and I.
Yeah.
So Noelle had her like childhood friends here in New York, and then I would always hang out with them.
Yeah.
And like we do a lot of things together and stuff. But you're right. I feel like that's a big way.
That's like the most common and most, I think, natural way that I've seen a lot of, from a third party perspective, adult friendships forming, but also I've also experienced that as well. Kind of getting absorbed into a friend circle that way. But if you're looking for kind of a specific type of friend, then I feel like you have to be a little more intentional with who you wish to, you know, befriend.
It's so, do you guys find it really hard to keep up with, I guess keep up with friends and try to just make time for everyone. Like,
yes.
I've become such a terrible texter ever since moving to New York. I don't know, like I know I ghosted you like a few months ago, and I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Like, I just feel like I'm constantly like trying to do so many things, and I don't know what it is, because before moving here, I was one of those people who never had like unread texts in their phone, like always texting people back. And now I just feel like maybe adulting is just so hard, and I'm still getting used to it. But I'm like, how do I keep in touch, and how do I make life just is hard.
Yeah, I think it's like, no, I 100% agree. It's definitely hard keeping in touch with people, once again, intentionally, because of social media and stuff. And it's like, given that I live on the complete opposite coast as like y'all or any other friends that I have who live in New York, it's like, I feel like we're up to date with one another because of social media and Instagram stories, and kind of communicating via Instagram stories and being like, oh my gosh, like that's so cool you're doing that. And then you kind of have like a mini exchange on Instagram, and then it's like, okay, that was like our catch up for like the month. I'll talk to you again when you post something else that's interesting enough for me to respond to. But like actually reaching out to someone because they crossed your mind, or like I've been trying recently to honor that. Like if someone pops into my mind, like I'm thinking about them, I'm trying to be better about like picking up my phone and texting them, being like, hey, just want to let you know, like, you crossed my mind and I'm thinking about you and I hope you're well. And, you know, if you feel called to be like, would love to like FaceTime or like hop on a phone call just to like hear your voice and like catch up a little bit, like would love to do that. But sometimes like everyone's so busy, you know, that it's hard to make time to do that. And sometimes, I don't know, like it can maybe even be a little bit weird to do that, especially if you haven't talked to X person in like half a year or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to honor that call to like, and be more intentional with like reaching out to people when I think of them.
Do you guys think this is more of an American thing? Like, are we just so in the grind and so in like...
I don't know. That's such a good point.
This culture, like, do other... I mean, I'm sure like we're not the only country, but I'm like, do people in like the Netherlands, for example, or I don't not fucking know, other countries, like think about how, like, do they find it hard to keep in touch with friends and keep up with people in the same way we do? Or is it because we're all out here really grinding, you know? Like,
I think it's probably amplified here, depending on what you do. I mean, like,
that's true.
This country is large and the different regions literally feel like different
countries.
Yeah.
They
like,
could be.
They do. Like, I don't know if you live in like Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not feeling, you know, I don't know, whatever you're doing, but especially like in New York. And then I think especially being artists, like working towards our big dreams and doing all these things, I think that probably amplifies it. And I also think it's like more than we realize. I think it's social media, like what you were saying, and like feeling like we are less lonely than we are because we have our phones and we have everyone
Immediate
on there
access.
in like touch of a button.
Yeah.
And it's like a false sense of
it's
intimacy.
not real.
Yeah.
It's not real.
It's not.
Like,
it's literally
really
to an
not.
extent, but it's not. It's like really like dulling or dimming the connections we have. Because like you were saying, it's like, it's just a false sense of, oh, I caught up with this person because I saw what they're doing. I saw their story. I see their story every day. I see their face every day.
Yeah.
And it's just scary. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot recently about our phones and like what life would feel like if we didn't have social media to the extent that we do now.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think as humans we are meant to experience this. And there is a correlation with like the time we were in college, like TikTok and Instagram weren't what they are now.
Right.
And so I'm wondering if part of the reason I'm feeling so different in my community now than I did in college, I'm sure there's so many different reasons, but I wonder if like the social media and how that's taken off in a way that it just like wasn't before, if that plays a part in it too. I don't know. It's hard to measure how it actually makes us feel because it's just such a part of our
culture now.
Yeah, our culture.
I will say, I always say this. I feel like social media was originally a good thing. I mean, I think that there are good qualities to social media. I think in a way, it's nice that you can look at people's stories and respond and be like, oh, cool. Glad to see you're up to this.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's an easy, quick way to keep in touch with people. But then at the same time, it's an easy, quick way to keep in touch with people. Like, it's not as intentional as it could be.
It's like we've used it to replace our social life rather than just having it be like an add-on to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's when it gets scary. I was actually listening to the Psychology of Your 20s podcast.
You should listen to it if you haven't.
She recently did an episode on something of this nature, and get ready because this is sad and scary. But if your screen time is like 6 hours or more a day, that's 90 days out of your year.
90 days out of me.
I don't like.
Mine's definitely higher than 6. I can tell you that.
Probably same. I mean, I don't
Same.
know what equates, like what equals screen time, because I use my phone a lot because I'll just have it playing a podcast or like doing things that maybe I'm
what
not
is screen
looking at
time?
my screen, but yeah, like my
Do they
screen
measure
time.
screen time with like when your phone is like unlocked and you're like
Yeah,
actively,
I'm not
like,
sure
touching it,
about
you know?
that.
I don't know either.
I've never known if it counts like when you're listening to music or something like that as well, when you're not really like looking at your phone, but it may be doing something for you in the background. But regardless, I'm pretty sure like my screen time is that or up above, which is crazy if you really think about it. Like, what do you mean I've used this for 6 hours out of this entire day?
Cumulatively.
But that's apparently it adds up to being 90 days out of the year, which is 3 months. Right?
Yeah.
So
3 months.
that's a quarter of the.
That's scary.
No, is that a quarter of the year?
Yeah, 3 months is a quarter
It's
of
a
the
quarter
year.
of the year.
Love
So
to hear that. Love to hear that.
if that adds up over multiple years.
That's I don't like that.
So I've just really been thinking, it's like been on my mind a lot. And it's really hard to live in a world where everything kind of revolves around social media now.
It's just
especially,
too much.
Especially as artists, because I'm like, how do I detach from this when like, you know,
I was literally having a thought today because I've been trying to post a lot more for the podcast just because I wanted to reach more people. And the way to do that is through social media and to get a following. But I was thinking today about how I hate, I mean, I kind of hate a lot of parts of social media, like how addictive it is, how like sometimes when I'm with people in person, I hate when people are like on their phones the whole time. Like, cause it's like, what's the point of living through this phone when you're with someone like in front of you?
Right.
You know what I mean? And we all do it sometimes. I mean, you and I live together. So obviously we have phone time where we just sit in silence and are like scrolling and it happens. But at the same time, I'm like, that's crazy. But I was thinking today, I was like, am I a hypocrite? Because here I am vlogging my day and like posting all these things because I'm trying to reach people on social media.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I fucking hate
It's
that
like a
now the
cycle.
only
That
way
it has
to
to
be
be
an
that.
artist or to have a podcast feels like you have to also be a content creator, where I don't necessarily want to be. I mean, I will say I have been enjoying making TikToks and
That's good.
social media more, but at the same time, I think like if it wasn't necessary and we could just like have our podcast and it just reached out to people automatically, then I don't think I would be doing it.
Yeah.
At least not like this, you know?
It's interesting because on one hand, it feels like this wonderful resource for artists to use where maybe those opportunities wouldn't exist if we didn't have social media. But then on the other hand, it's like, well, now it feels like the only way because now all the markets are so oversaturated.
Yeah.
And now it's like no one's going to find our podcast just because they're listening to podcasts because there's so many podcasts now. It's just like everything is just, I don't know. I think about it every day and I'm like, I don't know.
Brandon, do you feel the need to post about like on your grid or whatever about acting stuff or like how you're an actor, like to help you get jobs?
I think there definitely is an element of like knowing I would like to post about this so that when casting directors or potential, you know, writers, directors, whoever, because in LA, a lot of the times when I get any sort of on camera work, it's typically through referral. And people check out your social media to see, you know, your vibe, your aesthetic, what you look like, all the superficial stuff. And so there is a part of me, unfortunately, that does feel like I do have to post certain things that I'm up to.
Yeah.
As kind of like a highlight, like reel of like, you know, kind of what I am. But the way, like, I love taking pictures as, you know, memories and little blips of my day, and I like just sharing that. Like that's just something I enjoy because I was a huge like, I don't know, like I was really big on Tumblr, and I just I love aesthetic and I love, you know, curation and all that stuff. And so there is a part of me that like posts for that reason too. But I've come to understand that like social media now, you know, is a marketing, it's a marketing tool for us as artists. And, you know, and some people do have separate profiles, separate accounts for like their artist account versus like their personal account. But I think my identity as an artist and then my identity as like a human being outside of being an artist, like they're just kind of intertwined now. I feel like I'm able to kind of like post a good balance of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like in LA, that's even more a thing.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? Okay. A lot of people talk about how LA, not to like shit on your city, but how it can be superficial.
Yeah.
Like lots of people there look the same. There's a pressure to like, I guess, just look a certain way, be a certain way. Do you feel that pressure in LA?
I don't. I honestly, maybe I feel like I kind of feel like that way about New York in a way.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like from my experience and from the friends I have in LA, I feel like I don't feel that way. I feel like at least the people in my life and the people that I know personally in LA, like they're so laid back and they don't really care about image. But I'm sure there are people who exist in LA who are very much of like the plastic surgery and the Botox and the facials and this and that and whatever, which is like
the
perfectly
influencer
fine.
world.
Yes. But I feel like, to be honest, a lot of those type of people are like transplants. Like they're not actually like from LA.
I feel like the pressure, like everyone says in New York, it's the opposite. Like people don't care. Like you can do anything you want and people don't care. And I agree with that. Like I do feel like you could go out in your robe. I think I've been to like the laundromat in my robe. Like
Yeah, literally. I look weird at
no
the
one
laundromat.
cares. But the pressure I feel in New York is sometimes it's like, how much of an individual can you be? Like, how different can you be from everyone else?
Yeah.
How can you stand out? Where in LA, I feel like the culture is more like, how can I look like the most perfect version, like of everyone else here? And you know,
I will agree with that. I think New York, there's a sense of like uniqueness and individualism that I think even just walking, like coming from LA here and just like, you know, people watching and walking the streets and like kind of observing, everyone is so like
blinders
in their own world. I feel like, to your point, it is kind of from like a selfish,
like egotistical.
Yeah.
Like it's like, we don't care, but I actually care so much, you know?
Yeah, I'm
like,
just so focused on like me and like where I have to go and this, that, whatever, which, you know, I think that culture just exists in New York. Like everyone's like hustle bustle, gotta get to this meeting, gotta catch the train, gotta do this, gotta do that. And in LA, I feel like the selfishness may come from like a different place. And I don't exactly know what that place is exactly, but that's just from what I observe, you know, having experience kind of, you know, with both coasts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But also at the same time, I feel like there's so much kindness here in New York too, that people are unwilling to explore. Like on the train ride here, I was sitting next to someone who literally just pulled out their like Nintendo Switch, and I just like struck up conversation with him, and he was so willing to like talk to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like in LA, like that may not be a thing. Maybe.
I think people are nicer in New York than
people
like,
let on.
Yeah.
I think, everyone's kind of in their zone, but like if you do have conversation with people, it's usually pretty pleasant.
Yeah. No, of course. Yeah.
By the way, I had the most pleasant experience. Andrew Purdy texted me a few days ago and was like, my friend in Book of Mormon is doing this short film. Do you want to be a background person on it on Tuesday?
Yeah.
So I was literally just like background for this short film. I was on a trivia team. But so it was all these Book of Mormon people. Andrew wasn't even there. So it was like me and like all these like Book of Mormon people. And everybody was so nice.
Yes.
It was like the most pleasant experience. Like I walked in and the producer, like I guess recognized my picture and she was like, "Hi Noelle, welcome." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm just background, but you know my face and my name." And everybody was just like, "So nice to meet you. Like, so you know Andrew." I don't know. It was a very pleasant New York experience. And especially like going onto a set.
On set, yeah.
Me and Pete have both talked about this because Pete did like a featured background for a Hulu series that comes out soon.
Come on, Pete.
Guess what the character's name is?
What?
Beautiful Woman.
What?
That was a bit of an ego boost.
Wait.
Funny, but
We'll
yeah.
talk
Beautiful
after.
Woman.
Yeah.
Wait, that's crazy.
But
Oh my God.
we are both like really interested in the TV film world, but I feel like I personally have not spent a lot of time on set. So like I was a little role in a vertical film like a couple months ago, and that was fun. But that made me realize, because I felt like I seemed so green, whatever, compared to everybody else. Like I was like, I don't know how to fucking be on a set. Like I know that I love to act, and I know that I've taken acting for the camera classes, but being on a set, I'm like, whoa. So it was also just a good opportunity to be on a set. And I felt like the one I did a few months ago felt a little more cold. And today everyone was just so nice. I don't know, maybe it's because it was a group of all these like theater people.
Book of Mormon.
But it was literally like, so all these people from Book of Mormon. It was so funny. I don't really know why I started talking about this. Oh, just people being nice. So it was a great New York day. I made a lot of friends.
Good.
Like, yeah, it was really fun. But I'm just trying to be on set and I know Pete and I have talked about this too, just in any capacity, like,
Yeah.
I just want to learn more
Just getting
about
comfortable in the environment. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're so used to being on stage, like in a theater environment, and it just feels so different. I'm like,
It is
I don't know
different.
how to, like, I just paying attention to when they say like action,
Yeah.
like what things they say before then, because I'm like, I don't know any of this.
Yeah, I think being on set is the equivalent in my brain is like the whole process of being on set is like what Tech Week is in theater, because it's just so much sitting around and waiting. And even if you are like on the set and not in like a holding area or something, like during tech, our being on set is like having to stand still and like be lit and like hitting that number, and okay, is everyone on their number? We're setting this like special on you, blah blah blah. And like being on set, it's like you're standing there, you're getting like touched up. They're like the gaffer's like doing all the like lighting stuff, and like in theater you have the rehearsals where you're on your feet, you're working, you're playing, you're playing with other actors, and all that doesn't happen on set. You know what I mean?
That's such an interesting way to put it, and that feels really accurate too.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really feel like a performance. It's like,
It almost feels like theater is a luxury to the actor experience, because like you are really truly living a character's journey from start to finish, and playing. And I mean, from my small experience on set, like, and just observing like what the other people were doing too, and just how everything was working, it was like, whoa, this doesn't feel like I would get to like feel the journey of the character.
Exactly. Like that whole feeling of the journey, you low-key kind of have to do like on your own.
Yeah, and it's so a completely different process.
Yeah.
Because they're both hard in different ways.
Yeah.
But it's maybe just a lot more like work internally.
Well, it's funny because I feel like a lot of film actors who go and do a Broadway run will talk about how hard it is.
Yeah. They're like, so much respect to Broadway actors. Yeah.
I think maybe they're just difficult in different ways.
They are difficult in different ways for sure.
Like the Broadway, maybe it's easier to get into character and to act the show itself, but you have to do it so many fucking times.
And you don't get a second chance. Like, no one's saying cut.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to know everything and keep going. The show must go on.
Yeah.
Whereas in film, like you can
have
stop
the
and start, stop and
luxury.
start, but then you can't. Then that's pulling you out of the scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so it's just like different. Yeah.
Such different
hard
things.
to stay in character.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself like in your absolute dream? Did you just like take a bite out of the microphone?
I really want to chew on it so
I
bad.
literally watched you like,
I want to like chew on
don't
it.
eat
Intrusive
it.
thoughts.
In your dream of all dream acting gig, would it be a movie or like a TV show or whatever, or would it be theater?
I would love to do a movie, like a feature film, because right now I've only done some TV stuff and short films that have gone on to like win a lot of awards, which is really cool, but I've never done a full like feature length film. And I would love to do that. I think like TV is great, and I've been fortunate enough to like do a pilot and stuff, but I don't know, there's just something artistic about a film that's different than like something episodic.
Yeah.
Did you just recently film the pilot?
Well, I
When does
filmed
it like
last year? It's supposed to come out this year.
Wait, oh my God.
Gosh.
The trailer's out. It looks
Wait.
very fun. Very, very yes.
Can you say what it is?
Yes.
Yeah,
Or if you
it's
want to.
called, I think the set title, it's called Lonely Boy.
Aw.
And I think that's really all I can say about it as of right now. But yes.
Is it about a lonely boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's that.
Yeah, and that's that. But yeah, I would say my dream of all dreams, I would say like a movie. Like, I just really want to go to, like, kind of how Maddie's movie, The Cathedral, like, went to,
Did it go to
film.
Sundance?
No, went to,
Somewhere
what's
in
that?
Italy.
Yeah,
It went to the
Venice.
Venice.
yeah, like,
Really cool.
to do that, like, would be really cool. Like, I've had my fair share of film festivals, but it was always for, like, a short film. Like, I want to go to, like, I want to get into Sundance or, Cannes Film Festival or, like, South by Southwest or something like that. Something cool. Telluride.
And it
Yeah.
will happen.
But I also love, theater. I would love to be a part of an OBC. I would love to be a part of just originate something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Big dreams over here, y'all.
Yeah, if you
That
haven't
are really
noticed,
true. I know.
the conversation always just ends up going towards artist talk, which is great because that's who we are.
Yeah.
I mean, it says a lot about like what our
Yeah.
what
and
our
I think
goals
it's probably interesting for people to hear who may not be a part of this world, how it works and what it's like to like be an actor.
Mm-hmm.
Going for your dreams.
Well, yes.
Well, yes.
Well, yes.
Is there anything else we want to say or should we wrap it up?
Anything
I
else?
feel like we low-key covered like a lot of things.
We covered a lot
I
of
know we
bases.
did.
Which is cool.
Well-
Given that we winged it.
Yeah. I'm
Wung
never
it.
worried.
We wung.
We wung it.
We won.
We winged it. We wanged it.
Wang.
All right. What's the take home, you guys? Our last segment of the pod. The take home is toast and hibiscus.
Hibiscus.
I guess I didn't really even get to touch on my whole thesis of home and what home meaning, but I think my takeaway is like the idea of home and community are things that as adults are honestly kind of ever changing in a way. Or at least right now in this chapter of my life. And so just remembering that like your community and your home is like what you make of it and how beautiful that is.
I love that.
Yeah.
And when you move to New York, we will be part of your immediate community.
And my
So
home.
true.
And your home.
Aw. Well, that was great. I don't even need to add anything to that.
Okay.
Well, y'all, Brandon, where can people find you?
Oh my gosh, you can find me everywhere. Like honestly, you can find me on Google. You just Google me. I'm at Brando Star on Instagram.
Brando Star.
Give me a follow.
What about TikTok? Do you post on TikTok?
I'm on TikTok. I post very impulsively.
Your matcha videos, those look so good.
I do some like drink reviews sometimes whenever I'm feeling called. It got to a point where like cafes started reaching out to me being
Wait,
like,
are you serious?
yeah, like come like I don't even have a following really. Like they're just like, come to our cafe and try like our new limited edition drinks like for free.
That's a
if you just
slay.
like make a video. And I'm like, okay.
I need to start doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Wait,
you can
that's
find
awesome.
me at Bran Halv on TikTok.
Oh my God, you're not
B-R-A-N
Brando Star.
I'm not. I don't know why.
Brand plate.
BRANHALV as in Victor on TikTok. But I'm mostly on Instagram, so you can find me there.
Yay. And thank you so much for
I'm
coming on.
honored. Thank you guys for having me. This was such like a crazy, like
Yeah, like
crazy
when I woke up
impulsive
this
decision.
morning, I did not know this was going to happen.
No,
Like,
literally.
I'm
now
so
you're sitting in
grateful
our
to
living
like
room.
be on your podcast and to just like sit here with y'all and just talk and chat. It's been too long.
Warming my heart.
It's been far too long.
Yeah.
It has really been.
You can follow us at Take It Home Pod on Instagram and TikTok. And you can follow us on whatever podcast platform, streaming platform you're listening to this. That way we'll show up in your feed every Thursday. That's when we come out with a new episode. Share this with someone who you think would like it. That would be helpful to us as we're trying to expand our reach. And thank you for listening. We love you guys.
We love you.
We love you.
We love you.